Hey everybody, I'm Adrian Nelson and I practice witchcraft. I've been practicing witchcraft for more than 20 years now, and in the one specific way that I have been practicing it for more than 20 years is by reading the tarot, which a lot of people say, oh, it's the worst thing in the world that you can possibly do. Now, I want to let you know right from the start that I'm making this video in motivation to a comment that I got on my YouTube channel. So what I decided to do is I do weekly readings, weekly general readings for all the different zodiac signs. And I really like the idea of helping people, and that is really how everything that I do, how that has started and how I make a next decision for something else that I'm going to do. And so I decided that since I can't do a full video every single day, which I would love to if I can, or I can't sort of like do general readings every day because, I've got other things that I need to do. I decided to start making some less than 1 minute videos basically every day. So like shorts, like the shorts that you got on YouTube, where a video is less than a minute every day, just to give you something, to carry you through your day. Maybe you need that sort of message, some general guidance. So on one of these videos, on September the 29th, in this year, 2022, I got a comment. Now, I'm not going to link this person. I'm going to say their name, but I'm not going to link them because, I don't really think that ugly needs to be met by ugly, basically. But so the message for this particular day was, I'm just going to check for you to see what the card was. So it was the Ten of Pentacles, which typically speaks a lot about sort of like abundance and coming into your own and coming into your moment, coming into your shine, and benefiting positively by the law of attraction, by manifestation, from all the hard work that you've put in. So you've put in the work, you worked at your emotions, you work through your obstacles and your dark night of the soul and your inner child healing. So because you've done all of that stuff, you now come into this Ten of Pentacles energy where things can really work out positively to your benefit. So, I mean, you can always go back and look at the video if you want. It's just a minute. And I don't even know if this person is ever going to bother looking at this channel ever again because, people that leave these sort of comments, they're like trolls. They just go about, spew their own business, and that's about it. And also, before I give you the comment, I want to let you know why I'm making this video. I'm not making it from a point of spite. I'm making this video not just standing up for myself, but standing up for everybody else that is suppressed by social media bullying, because you get these people that, they're very happy to spew all their little comments, vomit all over other people's channels in comments, um, but that's about it. And I mean, with this particular person, and this person, they call themselves Kaizu, Kizu, and then a space and exclamation mark. I mean, I wouldn't say that my channel is huge. I've got just over 3,500 subscribers at the moment. This person's got 22 subscribers, no profile picture, short little videos about some gaming rubbish or something like that. And so I made this video, and then this person's comment was, "Stop the witchcraft, praise Jesus." So I decided not to reply right away. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give this a day so that I can just sort of like get some clarity around my thoughts, because typically I will just delete negative comments. But I said to myself, let me see how I feel about this. So I replied and I said, I take it your comment has a point. Let me make something very clear to you, and I mean very clear. I have absolutely no respect or welcome on my channel for those who feel justified to just spew their own personal beliefs as they see fit. You are more than welcome to watch my videos or not, and you are fully welcome to disagree with my material or be totally repelled by it. But it is not okay to use my platform to promote your own personal agenda. That is not the intended vibe here. Clearly, this channel is not about Jesus or Christianity, so kindly leave your comments on a platform where it is welcome and supported. And I put 3 exclamation marks there. And then 10 hours later, this person replied at Adrian Nelson Tarot, which is obviously me, accepted, except spelled wrong, accepted, it does have to do with Jesus because it's witchcraft, and then there's like a laughing emoji. You cursing yourself, buddy. I don't know where, it's such a derogatory thing. Sometimes people have these things that will say, buddy this, buddy that. I remember a little while ago, somebody bought a course of mine, and this course didn't quite resonate with her. And she was like, buddy this and buddy that. It's such a low blow sometimes. I used to work in call centers quite a lot, and when people were kind of putting, especially like management and supervisors, they were putting those derogatory sort of things about. They'd be like, buddy, that's not the way that we do it. Buddy my ass. Um, Feel free to continue cursing yourself by practicing witchcraft, though. So, long story short, yes, I do practice witchcraft. Um, and the thing about witchcraft is that most people don't know what witchcraft is. You come with this idea that it's bad, that it's horrible, because the church said so. You know, and so recently I just completed a OSHO Zen tarot reading course. I'm going to put a link for that in the description as well as for my step-by-step tarot reading course. Um, but here's the thing, and especially with Osho Zen Tarot. Osho Zen speaks about the fact that religion, structure, all those sort of very structured sort of dogmas, basically, they come from fear, you know? Because the thing is that, and I'm not just talking about Christianity, I'm talking about all religions. Religion, first of all, is an invented thing. People got a sort of like a unified idea of sort of like love and things like that resonates with them, and they all agreed upon that, and they made it something sort of like official, something dogmatic, which is normally religion, that you part of the chosen folk if you do this, and if you don't do that, you're in the bad crowd, you got to go down. And then, I mean, even people speak about things like, for example, that God is a jealous God. And I mean, like, jealous of what, or jealous for what? Because here's the thing about jealousy. Jealousy stems from fear. Jealousy comes from the fact that you feel that you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you don't have enough. Somebody's going to do something bad to you. There's one of my dreadlocks sticking out. Like, they're growing so nicely. I'm so happy with it. Um, and why should God be jealous? Jealous of what? And jealous for why? You know? People have got this idea that with most religions, they have got this superior being that's above you, and you should always be in a state of semi-pissing yourself from fear from what this being might do. And in that sense, religion typically excludes a lot of people because we are the chosen folk, we are the ones that are right, this is what we do, this is the right thing. And if you're not in agreement with that, you're wrong, you're not on the right path and that sort of thing. And it's called the belief system for a reason, because it's your belief. Nobody's got concrete proof that this is the truth. And that is what I like about spirituality. This is what I like about what I do. It's about including all and not sort of pushing other people down. You are not the enlightened ones. You are like people like to say things like you are 3D, you're not 5D, you are low vibing. Those things are bullying. Those things are ugly to say. It's nasty to say things like that to people. I always say to people a lot of times, obviously because I do personal readings and life coaching and regression hypnosis and all that. So I do all of that witchcraft things, crystal healing, and I work with the angels, and I've been born highly intuitive. So I do all these witchcraft things. I'm very into herbs. I do candle magic. Um, but here's the thing. Let's just bring it back. Sorry. So let's just bring it back quickly. That um, the first of all, practices like witchcraft has been around much longer than religion, for example. So these are very established things. And witchcraft is about working with the elements. It's about understanding astrology. What is our relationship to the universe, to the cosmos? Because we are part of the cosmos, and the cosmos is part of us. You know, and as one of my friends one day explained to me, who is a witch and completely blew my mind, he was like, in the same way that the planets have an effect on us, we have an effect on the planets. And something that I've been starting to wonder about is that imagine if you take astrology from a different planet, because different planets have different influences. So imagine what influence would Earth would have on other people's well-being in their lives and that sort of thing. That's quite something interesting to ponder. But witchcraft is about working with the elements. It's about working with earth. So especially the earthly elements, water, air, earth, and fire. It's about working with nature. It's about understanding that you are one with nature, that you are not separate from it, that nothing and no one is above or beneath the other. It is about celebrating the allness of who you are. It is about embracing instead of repelling. So when religion came around, especially Christianity, they had to somehow establish themselves. And remember, back in those days, it was all sort of like kings and rulers and emperors and that sort of vibe. And so they could oppress beliefs upon other people through fear. If you practice witchcraft, sorcery, whatever, you burnt at the stake. You know, you killed, your head is chopped off, all those sort of things. Then obviously thousands of people have died innocently, you know. And you know, as time goes along, and you know, it's not even like I'm making these things up. These are simple historic facts that the church, especially the Roman Catholic Church, which by the way in Vatican City, are still openly hiding so many things, not even denying it, and they still won't show it to you. I mean, really, who wants to follow um, any sort of leaders that literally hide things from you? I mean, seriously, come on, let's think about it. Why would you want to hide things from me? You know what I'm saying? What are you busy with? You know? Um, and you know, so they had to come about, and you know, they had to really instill a lot of fear in people, you know, bring about, for example, now especially with sort of like the Roman Catholic Church, you were not allowed to just speak directly to God anymore. Oh hell no. Now you have to speak to the priest, and you have to make some sort of like a little offering. And then a different way to make some more money is that now that you are dead, you know, maybe you died in sin, but you can't be totally sort of like a write-off, because there has to be some sort of second chance for you. So if you make a good enough sort of like donation or whatever, then poops, you're in purgatory. So now so it's sort of like a thing, you die, you go to heaven or hell. But let's put you a little bit of a sideways vibe in there. You can go to purgatory and stuff like that. And so when you really look at religion, most religions really, um, you know, first of all, they say, I always say that religion typically they teach you the same thing. Be a nice person, respect each other, love yourself, have respect for the allness, and that sort of thing. And then we add all these other things in there. And the reason why we typically add all those other things in there, first, is usually about money. And secondly, it's the ego just gets in there, because, you know, now you are the anointed, you know, priest or whatever, you know. Um, Witchcraft is not about that. Witchcraft is about embracing everybody. It is about understanding that everybody is equal. It is about respecting what other people believe. You know, and so when I say, for example, that tarot is witchcraft, I say it's witchcraft because it is a way of receiving communication from the universe. You know, so you ask the question, and the universe has a way of talking back to you. Channeling, witchcraft, whatever you want to call it. But here's the thing. I am I am one of those people that used to suffer quite a lot from what other people would say online, because people are nasty online. It's social bullying. They're really, really nasty. And they want to say all these horrible things to you because I can't see you. I don't even have a picture of you. And a lot of times they're just trying to ride on other people's backs. You know, I remember that on my Instagram channel, there was somebody that used to put all these things like, you know, doctor whoever saved my marriage and saved my whatever, and if it wasn't for this person I would have died. Another one was on and on about Jesus, also Jesus, that he was but he was basically selling some book on Amazon, and the other person was obviously selling some very dark magic sort of thing, you know. And do all people who understand how to utilize and manipulate energy, do all of them use it for good? No, they don't, you know. But I do, and a lot of other people do, and majority people do. And the people that don't use things for good, it's funny to me, because when you look at these sort of very dark magic sort of practitioners, they will have queues of clients and they charge exuberant rates, but those people are never happy. They never have money, because what you put out is what comes back to you, you know. um, and the thing is that I'm going to give you an example of how I see people. Well, first of all, you are supposedly promoting Jesus, but you're actually using Jesus for your own benefit. And that in itself is disrespectful, because you're supposedly praising you know, this being, this savior, this deity, but yet you're using them, you know, or him, for your own personal agenda. Are you really that respectful? You know what I'm saying? I even take like people like in South Africa, people love doing that quite a lot. You know, you go on like a public train or a bus, and there's someone standing up, they want to tell you about the goodness of the Lord. And I kind of get that you're coming from a good point, you know. But first of all, you're disturbing my rest. Maybe I've got a headache. Maybe I'm trying to focus. Maybe I'm not interested in your religion. Maybe I've got different beliefs. And so there's the one thing, that's that. And there's the other thing, that if a Muslim person, for example, has to sort of like roll out their, you know, I can't remember the word now, I apologize, but roll out their like prayer mat, and like they start praying, or a Jewish person stand up and they want to tell you about their religion, all hell will break loose because how dare they? You know, and I always like the one thing I find that is so disrespectful is that a lot of times you get these people that go out and they would like set up a like a microphone sometimes and then an open field and very loudly they start to proclaim the word of the Lord, disturbing other people's peace, not caring what they might be doing. And then they would say, well, it's so disrespectful that people, for example, play their like disco music or whatever on the one side, but then you're doing the same thing. You're both making a noise. None of you are really respecting other people. You know what I'm saying? Um, Even Christianity itself, and the reason why I would say more Christianity, because first of all, this comment was about Jesus, and secondly, in my upbringing, I was very much part of that whole sort of like, you know, clap your hands, make a noise type of church. And if that works for you, that works for you. I mean, I found a lot of fulfillment in there as well. And there's nothing wrong with it. What I'm talking about is the bullying that goes along with it. If you're online with our beliefs, yay, you know, you're going to create a crown, whatever. You know, once you die and you go to heaven, if you're not in line with our beliefs, oh my goodness, you're on the devil's side, you know. And even if you don't, and everybody says this, if you don't practice my religion, then you are wrong. And my thing is like, what if everybody's right or what if everybody's wrong? You know? Back to tarot though, I did record a little video or quite a long video about tarot and what it really is. And I will link it to the end of this video so you don't have to go look for it. But, you know, the thing is basically actions are typically fueled by fear or by love. And whether it's my channel, whether it's somebody else's channel, you know, people shouldn't have to want to put off their comments, for example, because of what other people may say. It's not okay to bully other people online. It's not okay to go about and because of your beliefs, you want to instill it upon other people. It's not okay. It's not respectful. It's not kind. And it's definitely not godly. That I can tell you for a fact. You know, it's like the flowers in the field. All flowers are different and they bring something beautiful to the equation of life by their very being. You know, they don't have to try and be something different. All of creation is perfect. You know, and and that is really where witchcraft is coming from. That all of creation is perfect, and it's about embracing that perfection and living in harmony with that perfection. That is really what witchcraft is. And it is the church, the Christian church specifically, the Roman Catholic Church, that made witchcraft a bad thing, that made it a fearful thing, that made it a devil thing. It's the same thing with tarot. Tarot has been around for, people don't even know exactly where it comes from. But it's been around for thousands and thousands of years. And it's about light. It's about, you know, as a person who is a full-time professional tarot reader, you know, and you can look in the description, there's some blogs and things that I wrote, so you can click on that if you're interested in more information, specifically about tarot, crystal healing, Reiki, and regression hypnosis. But tarot is about receiving communication. It's about saying, this is where you are. How did you get there? Where is this taking you? Do you like that? You've got some choices available. We have got free will as human beings. And so witchcraft, in a sense, it is, you don't have to be a witch, for example, to practice witchcraft. A witch being somebody that's sort of like being initiated as a witch, you know, you're part of like a coven and stuff like that. Um, but I do know some people that do witchcraft. I mean, even shamanism, not directly the same, but in some ways there's some correlation between that and sort of like witchcraft and stuff like that. It's all about light. It's all about positivity. It's all about becoming a better version of yourself and helping other people in the process. That's really what it's about. That is what tarot is about. Now, yes, tarot has become incredibly watered down. It, you know, you get these people that they just pick up a deck of cards, check a couple of things up on YouTube, and suddenly they are tarot readers. Don't understand nothing about energy, don't understand nothing about karma, and then they've got all these love readings. Oh, this dude is coming back. Oh no, she's leaving you. This person is cheating. You have to remember that you are responsible for the karma that you create, and the messages that you give to others creates karma. All right. Um, so I mean, I don't want to get too deeply into this and get to all sort of like over the top about this, but all I'm really want to say is that it's not okay to be nasty to other people online. It's only bullies that do that. And if you do that in the name of, you know, Christianity or whatever other religion, it's like politicians. They say that they're getting the good run, but are they really? Because they're the biggest, you know, bunch of like fucking bullshit motherfuckers on the planet. You know what I'm saying? They will give you all these beautiful words, until they are like president or leader or whatever, and then they usually turn out to be the same as others, because it still comes from the idea that human beings have to be controlled, have to be run, have to be dictated. Somebody has to be above others. Humans can't just operate from within themselves. But yet, before a lot of sort of like, things like stupid things like kings and aristocrats, I mean, really, it's ridiculous. We're living in 2022, and we have things like a king. You have to bow your, like curtsy the king. I mean, that's so stupid. Like, really, it's like children kindergarten games, really. And witchcraft does not. It's not about that. It's about the fact that everybody's equal. And if you respect another person to the degree that you feel that you do need to, bend the knee in front of them, it's not because they're above you, but it's maybe because you recognize something so beautiful inside of them, and because there's the beauty in you that recognize that beauty in them, which is really namaste. My soul recognize the beauty in your soul. You are acknowledging that, and not necessarily the person. Now, obviously, when we speak about things like kings and rulers, I mean, you only need to look at either history, you can look at Netflix, you can look anywhere. You have these things like all these stories, Anne Boleyn, the White Witch, the White Queen, all the way down. If you, for example, take the current sort of like probably the most well-known royal family, the Windsor family, basically in the UK. When they go back in years, I mean, you've got all these things like all the other Elizabeths and the Victorias and the Henrys, and those people were fucked up. And they would say that as royalty you are, and I want to be very clear. This is not an attack on aristocracy, not in the slightest. You want to play those games, you play those games. I really can't be bothered. But people would say that as the ruler, you are chosen by God. You are God's anointed. Yet these people who kill each other left, right, and center for this anointed position. I mean, that isn't love. That isn't love at all. And these are the same people that are plotting against each other and plotting in court to become a lord and a lady and a baron, or I don't know if they had barons, but all those stuff are like things. Lady this and sir that and knight this and whatever. Um, and a commoner can't speak to a person like blah 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 blah. It's stupid. And so these are the very people that have instilled the things that, witchcraft is bad, because let's just call a spade a spade. Back in the medieval days, royalty worked a lot with the church. And the church, I mean the Roman Catholic Church, where you get like a pope and those type of dudes. And these people were all about power and about money. It had nothing to do with the Word of God. It had nothing to do with Christianity. And so they were very much against these people that were saying that everybody's equal, everybody's the same, everybody deserves love, everybody should be judged the same. You know, they were against those people, so they had to make the witches bad. And it reminds me of a couple of years ago, I used to work in a call center here in South Africa for one of the mobile service providers. And then you would get these people that would call in and they would swear and they would shout and they would scream because, this isn't working and that isn't working and that isn't working. And some things, like a hardware problem, for example, or like some things can only be fixed by a physical person. You can't do it sort of like online. And we'll say, like, well, this is where you are. How about you go to that store around the corner? They'll be able to help you. They'll be able to sort you out in 5 minutes. I can't do it. They can do it for you. And then that same person that was so threatening, so verbally abusive, so emotionally abusive, basically bullying on the phone, they are not prepared to go to the store. Or when they go to the store, I phone the store, they say, no, they came here, they were like a little lamb. And, that is when I find that people have undealt with fears. Like I've studied NLP, which is so amazing because it really helps you understand the human psyche and why you do what you do. It typically has to do with like it's unresolved fears, traumas, childhood traumas, you know short man syndrome, that sort of things. Because people that are happy within themselves and with themselves don't bully other people. So not just to this specific person who left this comment, but to everybody else who think that it's okay to go ahead and to put nasty things on social media in relation to other people. I'm going to tell you straight out. People that are happy with themselves, people that are at peace with themselves, people that actually have a respect, not just for others, but for themselves, from understanding that I am you and you are me. They don't do nasty things to other people. They just do not. You know? And I mean, even I really I love fish, actual live fish, you know, and even when I a lot of times look at this beautiful YouTube channels, people have this way of leaving these really nasty comments, you know, and I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you possibly do that? There's a way of maybe rectifying someone, and there's a way of disagreeing with someone. I'm not saying that you should always agree with me. You're more than welcome to disagree with me. But it's not okay to use derogatory terms because, you know, I am not at the point, I haven't always been at this point. There's a time when people have noticed stuff on my channel and stuff, you know, it would really impact me very negatively. But I'm saying to you now that it's not okay. It doesn't do that anymore. It's not okay. It's not nice. It's not acceptable. You are being a disrespectful person. There's nothing nice about it. And if you wanna um, promote your religious beliefs or traditional beliefs or whatever fuck beliefs, and you wanna do so by pushing other people down, are you really coming from light? You know, at any point in time, does the Bible ask you to prosecute those who does not believe in God? I don't think so. Think about it. And I would really actually love to hear your comments on this. Okay? You don't have to agree with me. You are not required to agree with me. You are more than welcome to put your comment, whether you agree or disagree, but I want you to put it, or I'm telling you that it's only okay to even leave disagreeing comments in respectful ways. Because, yes, like anybody else, I would like my YouTube channel to grow. I'm working very hard to make it grow. I would like subscribers. I would like shares, comments, all those type of things, you know. But here's the thing, not at the sake of myself. I will block. I have blocked people before. You know, you get those people that have all the little, you know, sexual sort of things. Baby, are you alone? That sort of stuff. And even with me being homosexual, I've got like my block list on Facebook is long. When you first start off with baby, sweet, oh dear. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm not here to fight anybody. I am here to help and support people. Then if you're in line with that, fantastic. If you're not in line with that, also all right. Okay? So those are my thoughts. Those are my beliefs. You don't have to support them. You don't have to be on board with them. Um, I am friends with a lot of religious people, by the way, different religions. As long as we come from a point that's what you believe and this is what I believe. I respect you, you respect me. You know, we're good. We chillax. Kudos. Namaste. You know what I'm saying? All right. Ciao, bye.